Hey, you there on the other side of the screen. Have you ever imagined Wrexham going head-to-head with the giants of the Championship? Well, believe it, the Welsh club just keeps surprising us, and today we've got 3 stories that are going to blow your mind. But hold on, because the final story today involves a former England international, and it might just be the biggest name Wrexham has ever tried to sign. Yep, it's the one that's on the thumbnail and in the title. Before we get there though, we've got 2 red-hot updates you need to hear first to really understand the full picture. So stick around till the end, because this twist could shake up the entire season. Story 1. Neil Warnock gives his verdict on Wrexham and Birmingham City in the Championship. The 2025-26 Championship season hasn't even kicked off yet, and there's already tension in the air. And no, that's not an exaggeration. We're talking about 2 sides that came up from League One with real confidence and now want more, Wrexham and Birmingham City. Both clubs have a lot in common: big investment, top-tier ambition, and a rivalry that's only getting stronger. Last season, Birmingham finished top of the table, with Wrexham right behind in second place. But the gap between them was small, and now, with the new campaign just around the corner, both clubs are going all out in the transfer market. Birmingham took an early lead, bringing in some high-impact players right at the start of the window. They've made it crystal clear, they don't just want to stay up in the Championship, their goal is obvious: Premier League promotion. But Wrexham aren't just standing by and watching. Backed by their high-profile owners Reynolds and McElhenney, the club has already made some big-money signings, and could actually overtake Birmingham in total spending once the deal for Nathan Broadhead goes through. And we're not talking pocket change here, we're talking millions being thrown into the mix. And then comes in a name that carries real weight in English football: Neil Warnock, the legendary manager who's led clubs like Cardiff and Middlesbrough. He appeared on TalkSport this week and didn't hold back when talking about Wrexham and Birmingham. They're spending silly money, aren't they? So they've got to have a good chance of going up. In other words, from someone who knows what it takes, both clubs are going all in, and that heaps pressure on everyone involved. There's no room for mistakes. But Warnock wasn't the only one weighing in. Several other big names also had something to say about Wrexham. Troy Deeney, former Birmingham striker, gave a slightly more cautious take. He believes Wrexham could perform well, but might not yet be ready to fight for promotion. Still, he backed them to finish in the top half of the table. Meanwhile, Ben Foster, the recently retired goalkeeper who played for Wrexham, was more optimistic. He reckons the club can establish itself in the Championship for a few seasons. And considering that just 2 years ago Wrexham was still in the National League, that's already a massive achievement. Foster also talked about how things inside the club have changed. He highlighted the professionalism, the facilities, the positive atmosphere, all of which, he said, are thanks to the club's new ownership. And if there's anyone who truly understands what's happening behind the scenes, it's him. So let's be clear, Wrexham is no longer just that feel-good underdog story that went viral because of its celebrity owners. They're now a serious contender in the Championship, and maybe, just maybe, a future Premier League side. So keep your eyes on this developing rivalry, because Wrexham versus Birmingham might just turn out to be one of the most exciting battles of the season. News 2. Ipswich fans react to the possible departure of Nathan Broadhead to Wrexham. Now brace yourself, because this is big news. Wrexham are very close to signing Nathan Broadhead, striker for Ipswich Town, for around £7.5 million. That's right, £7.5 million. And that number isn't just high, it also marks the 3rd record-breaking signing by the club in a single transfer window. And let's be honest, this isn't just any transfer, it's causing a stir on both sides, the ones buying and the ones losing out. To really understand the magnitude of this deal, just take a look at how Ipswich Town fans are reacting. They might be about to say goodbye to a fan favourite, and they're not taking it lightly. On social media, supporters haven't hidden their heartbreak. Some of the comments read like emotional farewell letters. One fan wrote, "It would be devastating to see him go." Another said, "The heart was made to be broken. And this one's going to hurt." And that wasn't all. Some fans pointed out that Nathan still had so much to offer at Ipswich and that letting him go now would be a mistake. Even those who understand that every player has a price expressed genuine sadness at the thought of losing him. In other words, he's clearly very much loved over there. And let's be honest, if the fans are this upset about him leaving, it's probably because he's a very good player. But if you prefer numbers over emotion, check this out. Nathan Broadhead has played 60 matches in the Championship, scored 18 goals, and provided 4 assists. And on top of that, he's not your typical out-and-out striker who just waits in the box. Far from it. Broadhead is versatile, He can play on either wing or as a central forward. That kind of flexibility is a dream for manager Phil Parkinson, who's been on the lookout for precisely this kind of attacking option. But wait, there's more. With Broadhead arriving, Wrexham's attack is starting to look truly dangerous. Remember, the club also signed Ryan Hardy, another respected striker. And then there's Josh Windus, one of the most creative players in the squad. Put the three of them together and you've got pace, finishing, creativity, and movement, everything a manager could want in a front line. The question now is, will this signing change the way Wrexham play? Phil Parkinson is known for his preferred system with 3 centre-backs and 2 forwards. But with so much talent arriving up front, could we see a tactical shift coming? Or will he stick to his structure and gradually integrate these new players? Either way, one thing is clear, if Wrexham really do land Broadhead, they're sending a strong message to the entire championship. They haven't come just to take part, they've come to climb. And by the looks of it, they're willing to pay whatever it takes to make that happen. News 3, the big story of the day, Wrexham want to sign former Liverpool and England defender. Here we go. This is the news you've been waiting for. And it's not just the top headline of the day, this could be the one that changes the course of Wrexham's entire season. The Welsh club is working behind the scenes to land a massive name, a player who came through the ranks at Liverpool, became a fan favourite at Wolverhampton, played for years in the Premier League, and even wore the England shirt. Yes, we're talking about Conor Coady. That's right. According to Mail Sport, Wrexham have added Coady to their list of defensive targets, and strengthening the backline is now the #1 priority for manager Phil Parkinson. And here's the kicker, Coady himself is reportedly impressed by everything the club has accomplished in recent years. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. Since Ryan Reynolds and McElhenney took over, Wrexham has gone from being a lower league underdog to an ambitious long-term project. And that vision is attracting experienced professionals, like Coady, who see Wrexham as a genuine opportunity to help build something special and push for Premier League football in the near future. Now, if you're not too familiar with his background, let's break it down. Coady came through at Liverpool, but it was after moving on that he truly made a name for himself in English football. At Wolves, he became a key figure, making 317 appearances over 8 years, including playing a huge part in their promotion campaign in 2018 and helping them stay strong in the Premier League. He's also played for Huddersfield Town, Sheffield United, Everton, and more recently Leicester City, bringing with him over a decade of top-level experience. And yes, he's been capped 10 times by England, which says a lot about the trust top managers have placed in him. In total, Coady has played in nearly 500 professional matches, and has still got plenty left in the tank. At 32 years old, he's far from finished. He's physically fit, tactically smart, and, most importantly, a natural leader. He captained Wolves for years and could be exactly the experienced presence Wrexham need in the heart of their defence. And think about this, having someone like Coady alongside younger defenders like Max Cluth and Lewis Brunt would be like giving them a footballing masterclass every week. He wouldn't just play, he'd guide, teach, and support them on and off the pitch. It's like adding an extra coach to the squad, someone who understands pressure, big decisions, and how to stay focused in tough moments. And the timing of this potential signing couldn't be better. Wrexham kick off their championship campaign on the 9th of August, away to Southampton. And there's every chance a few more signings will arrive before then. Which means Coady could be unveiled in the coming days, and that would instantly raise the overall level of the team. What was once a squad just hoping to survive in the championship is now starting to look like a side that wants to push for promotion, and do it soon. With Nathan Broadhead up front and Conor Coady at the back, Wrexham are shaping up to be a balanced, dangerous team, attacking flair up top, defensive stability at the back. And the message the club is sending to the rest of the league couldn't be clearer. We're not here just to take part. We're here to win. So keep your eyes peeled, because if this deal goes through, we might be witnessing one of the most important signings in Wrexham's modern history, in terms of experience, leadership, and impact. So, out of these 3 massive stories, which one excited you the most? Will Wrexham really fight for promotion this year? Could Broadhead be the star of the season? Or will Coady's arrival completely transform the backline? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we're following every twist and turn of Wrexham's wild journey to the Premier League. See you in the next video. Until then.